know where World War III is going to come from. Because for a while we were thinking Iran, Iraq, maybe China and Japan over those disputed islands. It's good to know that it's going to be Ukraine-based by the looks of things. They've got some images of military equipment being transported by train, not petrol car, so Greta should be happy. And they are doing military exercises. That's the official line.
Star jumps, that sort of thing.
They're meant to take 2 weeks, but the soldiers have been told that they could be away for 9 months. I mean, it's always good to plan for traffic on the way back, but it doesn't fit. Clearly, it doesn't fit.
That's not a minor incursion, is it?
That's
in your schedule.
And also, the idea is that if you're just doing a military exercise, why are you doing it so close to a place that people think you're going to invade? Just PR-wise, that would be a silly move. So it's certainly raising some questions, and the answers of which are terrifying.
I do like the idea, as you say, that it's quite old school, though, isn't it? America versus Russia. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, the 1980s want their foreign policy back, and now suddenly here we are. It's like the kids loving vinyl.
Yeah, I'm not excited about a war, but I am excited about having the Russians as the bad guys. Because that takes us back to the 80s when I was a little kid, and you had fantastic films. You got The Hunt for Red October. You got War Games, brilliant, and Red Dawn. The original Red Dawn, not the remake, but where they had the high school students and they got invaded, and the high school students had to save America. I wanted that to happen so bad.
Fantastic. A great psychological threat that presented to America. Do you think it still lingers there, that kind of the memory of that? What is it, 40 years? No, 30 years. It's not that long, is it? I don't know.
It's changed a bit in America now because the right has embraced Russia in a little bit. I mean, they're talking about Biden, misspeaking allegedly, when he was saying that maybe a minor incursion wouldn't have the same response as a major incursion. But then, you have to remember Donald Trump was standing there practically holding hands with Putin and staring lovingly into his eyes.
When you say that, Eric, there's a lot of people who would say the exact reverse, that the left tried for ages to present the notion that Trump was in bed with Russia, could never make it stick, and now that finally the left Biden administration have an opportunity to show a bit of strength, and he's kind of going, well, we'll just see just how far into Ukraine he goes before we decide. But I don't know. I am a little bit torn on it because I'll be honest with you. I'm, joking aside, I don't want to see like an unnecessary war, and I do have a sense. I don't know if I'm playing devil's advocate here or admitting to a disquiet. I genuinely feel that NATO have been pushing their luck by tempting and luring Ukraine, who have effectively, I know they don't like the idea of spheres of influence, but nobody would be very happy. I mean, remember how America felt when it thought missiles were going to be based in Cuba. That was the closest we've ever come to global annihilation, right? Well, this is not a dissimilar sort of situation. And once Ukraine are part of NATO, they will contractually be able to expect that an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us, and at that point it's game over. That's a hard border.
But Russia's already bordering with some NATO countries, and the Ukrainians have a right to choose that future for themselves if they want to. And by invading a little bit of Ukraine, he's only getting closer to NATO countries anyway. So someone else made that observation. I can't remember where I heard it. So if I'm stealing someone's line, I'm sorry. But
that is it's a big use of the word "they," though, isn't it? That's the trouble. There are other people within Ukraine who feel quite comfortable with the degree of ambivalence. A little bit.
Yeah, but I think that if the Ukrainians choose and make the effort to join NATO, that's their right to do. So just saying that, well, it makes Russia feel a little uncomfortable. We can see why they might want to do it.
It's a 52-48% referendum. I wonder how that's
got to go with that.
I think it kind of was.